Right, we're on. Do you want to break 80? Break 90? Either or. Well, you can. So breaking that milestone number, that 80 or 90 shots around the golf course is achievable. It absolutely is. We can all do it at some point in our life. We will do it and we'll sing about it forever. And we'll tell all our friends and we are the best golfers in the world. Yes, absolutely. So to break 80 or break 90, let's say that's your goal. Let's either or. I mean, either or. This video is, the content on this video is relevant to both breaking those milestone numbers on the golf course. And there's only two things to focus on when we're doing this. It's shots on the golf course. Which shots are going to save you the most shots? Which shots are going to save you the most shots? Easy for me to say, I know. So we're going to go out on the golf course. It's quite dark this morning. It's a little bit dull. We are 7:15 AM, I think. Coaching at 9, so you know what it's like. Got to try and squeeze it all in. And we'll look at the shots. There's two shots in particular. We'll look at the first shot and then we'll look at the second shot. That probably makes sense. But I hope you take something away from this today. If you are trying to break 80, the second part of the video is probably more of interest to you. But certainly the first part will be beneficial. If you're trying to break 90, both parts are so important. But the final part of the video, so there's kind of three elements. When we talk about the second shot, there's an extended bit to the second shot, and that is so important for every golfer. If you're trying to break that 80 or 90, for both sets of golfers, if you like, that second part to shot number 2 is unbelievable. And it's the part I hardly see anyone practice. Anyone that comes for lessons, they never ever mention that. It's really the amount of shots that can be saved with that element of the second shot we discussed today. It's just unbelievable. I mean, honestly, people, let's not beat about the bush here. If you want to lower your scores and break 80 and 90, there's two things you need to work on, and it's the two shots we're going to talk about today. I've nothing else to say. Let's just go and do it. Come on. So shot number 1's driver. You can break that major score 80 or 90 if you can nail this. So if you improve shot number 1, so driver, then you will make less 5s and 6s on your scorecard. It's guaranteed. So the way to think about that is, let's imagine we've got 2 driver swings. 3 at max, okay? So 2 driver swings, and it's 2 different lengths of swing and 2 different ranges of motion and 2 different amounts of power, if you like. So, I mean, I can hit this full out at 100% as hard and as fast as I can. 100%. I've missed it a little bit left. It's not great. Now, if you could hit driver, let's imagine you could hit driver. Oh, if you carried driver 220 through the air and it ran out to 230 and you're in the middle of the fairway every time, would you take that? Of course you would. Then you need to have a swing that carries the ball 200 yards. If you want to knock it 200 yards down the fairway, nice and straight, it's pointless swinging as if you're going to hit it 300 yards. So the 200 yards, if you to reduce this score on the scorecard and remove the amounts of 5s and 6s, you need to have 2 or 3 different swings. So I think about 2 swings. I've got a sort of 90% swing and a 75% swing. So my 95% swing I'll take when I'm playing well and our confidence is up and I'm mid-round. But at the start of the round, I've got one that's 75%. I grip down the club. So I grip down the grip, make the club shorter. I ensure that my ball position is correct with my left armpit. So ball position in line with left armpit here, or heel in there, little things like that. Also right hand down the right side, so gripping down, address position down the right side, and then handle, club onto the handle or the aft of the club. That's going to put my right shoulder lower than my left, and that's just a little trigger for me to ensure my left shoulder's high, and I have to swing up that shoulder alignment as I hit the shot, so angle of attack's a positive one. But a 75% swing is so safe. It's not all about distance, it really isn't. It's about hitting fairway, and if you hit fairway more, you'll reduce those 5s and 6s there. So there, I'm good, I'm set. And just 75% swing, so just there, there. And that is so safe, isn't it? I mean, that's straight all the time. That has carried 200 yards up the hill, easily. When we make the club shorter and the swing softer, there's more chance of hitting the middle of the club face. And that results, of course, in more distance. A lot of guys on tour with their driver, their shaft is not the standard length. So let's say 45 is the standard length for driver. A lot of guys on tour have it 43.5 to 44, so pretty much a 3-wood shaft in their driver. What does that do? Well, it's going to reduce club head speed. Wow, because the arc's shorter, or the radius is less. So therefore there'll be less speed, but of course to hit out the middle more, so the ball then gets back up, it's more controllable, they'll get the distance back up, and it's two centres of gravity hitting each other rather than the toe or the heel hitting the golf ball. Address position, good. Right hand down, right hand on the aft of the shaft, so my right shoulder's low. 75% swing, so just back to there, through to there. Again, I've hit fairway, exactly the same shot. I'm going to do one more. And of course you can then increase to 95%, 90% if you like. But early on in your round, you want to hit fairways. Keep it at 75%. Down the grip, there, 75% swing. So I'm just there. Whew. And of course you can increase as you go. Once you get further into your round, of course you can add a little bit more to it, so you can pump it up to that 90 to 95%. But initially, let's hit fairways. Shot number one is about hitting fairway. There. Down my grip. 75%. Nice and safe, and I'm happy. So shot one's taken care of. If you hit more fairways at a shorter distance, you will reduce the amounts of 5s and 6s on your scorecard. Next up, to gain more 3s and more 4s on your scorecard, so we're definitely breaking 80 here, short game. Shot number 3, regardless of where you are on the golf course, shot number 3. So shot number 3 can be just from the edge of the green, like here. It could be a bunker shot, like here. So this is my shot number 3, drive on the fairway, missed the green, third shot. Oh yes! It could be a longer shot, like your third shot here into a par 5. So it's not necessarily a little short around the green. Okay, I need to work on that one. It might be a delicate little touchy feely one from around the green. It might even be a little chippy 7-iron from the edge of the green, or even a hybrid sometimes. It's good. There's a huge chance that it'll be from a bad lie, so make sure you've worked on that. How to get that ball to move out of that stuff. This is your third shot's going to be from here, an awful lot. Using technique to get out of there. So whatever shot 3 may be, go out and practice. Practice from all different lies, and always use something to aim towards. So have a landing area in mind, and always try and hit your landing area. So then when you're playing every shot, regardless of whether it's a 7-iron chip and run, you've always got a landing area. Now the landing area you bring as close to yourself as possible, and then therefore you can change the trajectory of the club you're using, so it makes life much, much easier. I've purely set this up, that bottle and towel out there, to work on landing area. I'm really trying to carry this, I don't know, 20, 15 yards or so. That wasn't good. But you get the idea. Shot 3 is massive. And play around with all different shots. So shot 3 is going to give you more 3s and 4s on your scorecard. So what's most important, shot 1 or shot 3? Well, they're as important as each other. Shot 1, if you get shot 1 correct, then obviously, what was that? Then obviously you're going to make life a lot easier, because if shot 1's on the fairway at that 230 yards down the middle, then shot 3 might not be a chip shot. But I do believe hitting fairways is going to give you a better chance to make shot 3 more achievable. Well, what is most important? Probably shot 3. Because shot 3 you have to be more accurate, there's a result. Whereas shot 1, the fairway's quite wide. And if you miss the fairway just to the right in the semi-rough, then it's not the end of the world. If I've got this shot here and I miss the green from here, then, I mean, that is the end of the world. So shot 3, there's so many options to shot 3 as well. We went through, don't know what I'm doing now, we went through different lengths of swing, and also how to set up. Once that's done, you're in there. You've got your 2 swings or perhaps your 3 swings, and then you're going to hit fairway. But as you've seen with shot 3, there's so many variations. There's the chip shot, the pitch shot, the flop shot, the bunker shot, the longer wedge shot, the half wedge shot, the field shot, the distance shot. It's all in there. There's also one more that may be shot number 3 that nobody practices, that I think is so important, and probably the most important area with shot 3. So one of the most important areas of shot 3 that I see very few people working on is lag putting. Because do you know what? To break 80 and 90, you will hit a few greens. So your lag putting has to be very good. Because that sometimes is shot 3. We always think of shot 3, or a lot of the time we think of shot 3 as a shot that's a missed green. And that's not necessarily the case. We can hit a lot of good shots. And we play courses where greens are huge. And of course our third shot is going to be from over 20 feet. So lag putting, I never tried to hole any of them. It was all about distance control. And that for me is so important. This one here I've left 1, 2, 6 feet away. Lag putting. The most underrated area to break 80 and 90 is lag putting. Short game all around the green is short 3. A lag putt generally is the third shot as well. I can't explain that enough. Lag putting is so important. It's an area of the game that when you get to the putting green before you tee off, put a marker down, put a small tee in the ground somewhere, or an average sized golf tee, and just place it in the ground and get yourself a distance away from it and putt towards it. Just get the pace of the green from all around the place. Lag putting is going to save you so many shots on the golf course. You will break 80. If it's 80 you're trying to break, with your lag putting, shot number 3 being the focus, you will break 80. If you need to break 90, you need to hit the fairway first. Shot number 1's just as important as shot number 3 to break 90. To break 80, shot number 3, shot number 1 of course still important.